Hi, this is Michael Young from 2020 Employee Benefits, and I am here at On Point Pilates, and we are doing a special segment today on movement. So you've probably heard as a kid, your mom would tell you, use it or lose it. It's very true. So we're going to talk today about movement with Amanda Barbie. So tell us about your studio here.
Hi, I'm Amanda Barbie, and I'm your local movement specialist. I am a personal trainer and also Pilates instructor. I have over 25 years of teaching corrective exercises in a physical therapy setting. I've had On Point Pilates Studio now for 8 years, and I gather my movement practice from all forms of movement, so not just Pilates. We tailor movement here for the individual in front of us. So movement is for all bodies, at all stages, at all ages, and there's always something that somebody can do. So we're working on modifications and progressions in the studio with our students.
Excellent. So we're going to give you some of the positive things that come from movement. Another quote I'll share with you is Robin Sharma. If you don't make time for exercise, you'll have to make time for illness. I can't tell you how much I see that in my industry, insurance. So tell us about movement. What does it do for your body?
Well, it does prevent having surgeries. That's what we do here in the studio. Movement, it helps you gain mobility. That is our number one principle in Pilates, is helping to regain lost mobility. When we reestablish that mobility, it helps with flexibility of the muscles. It helps with coordination of the core. We work with breathing is huge, so breath work is important for cardiovascular, increasing lung capacity, help access the core. If you hold your breath, a lot of your muscles kind of bear down and we lose that range of motion. So breathing and mobility is key for vitality. It helps balance, so movement, keep moving to help restore that balance. As we age, our balance gets off kilter with life and like sedentary patterns, or even like overuse injuries. So we kind of look at both aspects of movement. So movement can help anybody, and working on core strength is huge through functional movement. So you got to stay moving. Those are some of the benefits of Pilates. All right, so in our Pilates practice, we always want to think about the transitions from one movement to another. That's often skipped. So how you move to your bed or for your supine exercise, you want to do a nice little log roll. You want to start by coming down onto your side and then rolling onto your back. It's safer for your back. So those of you that have back pain, maybe you're causing the pain by how you're moving around in your everyday movements. Today I wanted to teach you guys a bridge, and a bridge is a lifelong exercise. If you can bridge your hips up and down, you can do a squat. It makes life easier. We're strengthening the hips, the core, and it's not just lifting the hips up, it's coordinating your breath. You're going to inhale, exhale out your mouth, and slowly come up. We're working on hinging at the pelvis. That's one variation of a bridge. So can you get that trunk control and then hinge at the hips? So posture is huge when we want to think about how we're moving our body throughout the day. We have the devices in front of us, we're texting, computers, all the things. So we want to think about our posture, lining our ears over our shoulders throughout the day when we're sitting and standing. One of my favorite exercises or positions in Pilates is going prone on your stomach. We're going to be working against gravity to strengthen the posterior chain of muscles, and those are the muscles on the back side. So we're going to get down on our stomach, and it's such a simple exercise, but it's so powerful. People don't think about their head position. This is a modified swan or a swan prep in Pilates, and anybody can do this. You're going to place your head right on top of your palms. You're going to wiggle your legs back, and maybe you're going to inhale. You're going to tilt your pelvis back, and then we're going to glide those shoulder blades towards your spine. So we're doing a little shoulder blade pinch for posture. And then on the next breath, maybe we're going to inhale and float the head off of the mat. Can you float your head away from your palms without changing anything in your spine? And then you come down with your head, and that's it. So you're going to start with a head float, is what we call it, into that cervical extension. It's not a hyper extension, rather it's just coming into a neutral position, lining up your ears over your shoulders. And then the second portion is after your head float, we're going to do an arm float. Can you strategize to float your arms away from the mat without changing your spine? We're maintaining that head float. And it goes head float, arm float, and then we add a chest lift. That's the movement, but the most important part is coordinating the breath. So I'm going to do the full exercise. I'm going to inhale, exhale, lift my arms, inhale up. Inhales for extension. This is going to strengthen across the shoulder blades. We're staying out of the lower back. Oftentimes people want to go up too high. It's not about that lumbar extension. We want to work on strengthening the postural muscles between the shoulder blades. Then we bring the arms down, head comes down. All right, so one of our favorite signature combos at On Point Pilates Studio is our strong, sexy arms. We believe that strong is sexy, and this is a full body integrated exercise, and there's only 3 movements. All you need is your body and a wall, so no excuses, just kidding. All right, so you're gonna place your hands on the wall like you're gonna do a plank. So we call this planking out the spine. Can you find neutral spine, neutral pelvis? You're pressing into the wall as if you're trying to knock it over. You get your heels in alignment with your sit bones. You find that rib cage hip connection. Pressing your hands into the wall, you're gonna come up onto the balls of your feet. If that feels fairly easy, you just step your feet out a little bit more and reset. So the first position is paralleled arms. And I like my clients to press their hands into the wall and see if they can hover the elbows without changing anything in their posture and in their shoulder blades. So once we establish neutral, we're trying to maintain it as we're hovering. This lights up the back of the arms. So a lot of clients love this because it tones the back of the arms, it strengthens the shoulder girdle, it strengthens the core, the quads, the glutes. We want it all. So this is one of our On Point movement favorites. And then from here, we rebound, we try to catch, so we're working on balance. And then we find the wall and we slowly come back down. So we just work on rebounding. Can you stabilize? And we're just moving at the shoulder joint and your elbow joint and balance. So we do that for a set of 4 to 6 to start to see how we do. And then the second position, we do salute. So we make a capital A on the wall, same thing. You square your shoulders, you find all the things. You find that neutral spine, float your heels off the wall, organize the body into neutral. If that's too easy, maybe you step back a little bit more. Same thing here, you're pressing into the wall like you're trying to knock it down. That way you're energizing your whole body. Once we establish neutral, can you maintain it and hover the elbows? And then you slowly lower. So we're working on not only pressing away and finding the work, but finding that eccentric control on the way down. And so you do this a few times. Maybe it's 4 to 6. This is our round 2. And then from here, same thing. You rebound, catch yourself, balance, and then we're coordinating that eccentric control down. So we're loading the muscles slowly, and that's how we're gonna strengthen them. So you do rebound for a set in salute. All right, so then there's round 3. It's a boxed out push-up position. We actually wanna start this exercise as if you just got done doing your your push-up. So or as you're lowering into your push-up. This is your start position. Lift your heels up, same thing, plank it out. You're in this boxed out position, press into the wall like no one's business, like you're trying to push it over. And this is where you should feel all the muscles. Hopefully you're feeling the muscles underneath the armpits. Those are your lats and your serratus. And then we have our core, it's engaged. Same thing here. So this, you're gonna hold for maybe 4 to 6 breaths. So anybody can do this, just your body in a wall. And then from there, you rebound again and you slowly lower. We're not trying to clap the shoulder blades when you come down. It's not one of those kind of push-ups. We're working on scapular stability. Can you keep your shoulder blades still and work through those armpits and the lats? So this is gonna help with posture, guys. This is gonna help with full body strengthening. You're trying to energize the whole body, keeping the heels off of the mat or the floor the whole time, and then slowly come down. So that is our Strong Sexy Arms series at On Point Pilates Studio.
I hope you learned something today about movement. It doesn't matter what type of movement you're doing. It could be walking, running, cycling, swimming, Pilates, yoga. But we want to thank Amanda for helping us today, and tell us about a promotion maybe that we can share with our audience.
We have a 2-pack of 50-minute private sessions at On Point Pilates Studio. And once that student completes the 2 sessions, it allows them to roll into a semi-private class, a movement lab, which is an individualized circuit, and then we also have mat classes. So the intro to On Point would be the way to go, and that's in our scheduling software, and that's our special.
Perfect. Can they just say 2020 sent them? Does that work?
Yeah, they can actually just go on to the website and book easily through the system. So it'll say
Perfect.
intro package.
Well, I appreciate this today. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.